All right. Appreciate everybody being here today. Obviously, signing day, and we signed our class in December, but kind of formally celebrated them this morning, and we'll celebrate them again tonight. I don't know if y'all saw the big setup out here with the barbecue. That's become a fun event, and it's always exciting, and it's a blessing when a bunch of young men choose to come to Clemson. They choose to come be a part of our program. Every single signing class that I have had has won a championship. Most have won multiple. And, I don't have any doubt that this group's going to keep that tradition going. And on paper, it'll say that this is a top 10 recruiting class. And, this is our 13th, I think, top 15 recruiting class in a row, for whatever that means. But we signed 27 signees. And, 13 on offense, 14 on defense, really 13 and 13. One of them will be a guy we'll cross-train both sides. 15 mid-years. And, so incredible to have that amount of guys in here, a couple preferred walk-ons on top of that group. But most importantly, we got 7 starters that are coming back for a COVID year, a 5th and 6th year of Clemson football. And so that was a little bit unusual. 7 guys that I really planned to be gone that all chose to stay. And so really, really excited about that group. But this class, I think we hit all of our needs, starting in the trenches. We got some big nasties on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Thomas crushed it in the OL, and Ski and Nick did a great job, with those defensive linemen. Incredible group of players, and then we've got another really good, talented young quarterback that I think has a bright future ahead, and another veteran guy to kind of come in and shore the room up, and a bunch of skill. Guys that can run, cover, catch, running backs, tight ends, DBs, and 2 really, really, good linebackers that we're excited about. So it's a complete class. We got an excellent team coming back, especially again with those 7 COVID guys that are taking an extra year. So with these guys, it's going to be a great addition, and with the 15 mid-years that are already here, it should be a pretty salty spring, and be a lot of fun out there, a lot of competition going on. So excited to get started with this team March 6th. We'll get back on the field with them next week from an off-season standpoint, and then March 6th will be our first spring ball practice, and then April 15th will be the spring game. But, guys have been training. We've got a lot to do. We'll take a few days to catch our breath, and then we're going to dive right in as coaches as far as our meetings and what we got to get done in the month of February. Got a lot of work to do to get ready for spring, to get everybody on the same page, et cetera. And then obviously we'll have our all-in drills as well. So that's really kind of what today's all about. And again, just kind of formally celebrating the class, and then an opportunity. Really haven't had an opportunity to formally introduce Garrett. We literally have, from the time he got here, we've been on the road. We've either been here recruiting, doing some type of function, or we've been on the road for the last couple weeks and really been all over the place. So it's been a busy time for everyone, and so I'm excited to be able to kind of formally introduce him and his family. But before I do that, I want to, again, and I know we've put a statement out and all that stuff, but really just publicly be able to thank Brandon Streeter. Those of you that work in the media here, I think y'all can all agree. I mean, he's a first-class person and a beautiful family. Brandon Streeter and Ashley have represented Clemson in an they're Clemson people. We give an award in Brandon's honor, and we continue to do that. I mean, he is a true Clemson man, and he did a fantastic job for the Clemson Tigers, and worked tirelessly to make us better, and he made us better, from the time he got here in 2014, his first bowl game. But, he coached Deshaun for 2 years. He recruited Trevor Lawrence and coached him for 3 years to the first pick in the draft. He recruited, Cade and CV and DJ and when we had a change last year with Tony going to Virginia. He absolutely deserved and earned the opportunity to lead the offense, and he did a great job. I mean, he worked tirelessly. We got better in really every area. Honestly, we got better. But, I just felt like that it was the right time, and, we weren't quite where we needed to be. And so these are hard decisions, especially when you love the people that are involved. And I absolutely love Brandon Streeter and Ashley and Chamberlain and Ford and Maymo. I mean, they're family to me and always will be. And Brandon Streeter will land on his feet. We made a change with Billy Napier. I think he turned out okay. He's the head coach at Florida. We've had some changes over the years, and this is my 6th offensive coordinator. And when we've had changes, guys have moved on to be head coaches and different things. And Brandon Streeter's got a great future ahead. But as I evaluate kind of where we are, and I felt like this was the right time, and with a new quarterback kind of coming in, taking the reins, and then the right opportunity to hire Garrett. So super excited about that, and again, very thankful for Brandon Streeter, and hopefully the Clemson fans will really appreciate all that he did for this program. And with that, man, it's exciting to be able to welcome Garrett and Lindsey. Got 2 precious boys in Gibson and Grayson. Won't take you long to catch these 2 rugrats running around all over the place, but this is a beautiful family. Just a football family. I've known Lincoln quite a while, but I've never met Garrett. Obviously, know his pedigree and his background and all that stuff, but this was something that kind of happened in short order, and the best part about it is nobody knew about it till needed to know about it, and I think that says a lot about the people involved, and especially Garrett. So we're really excited. Again, just very impressed with what he did at SMU and taking the reins there, and then to walk into TCU, and they really basically had the same guys back, and they went from 5 wins to playing in the national championship. First time I ever talked to him was Tuesday after the national championship game. I talked to Lincoln a couple times, and then I was at the AFCA head coaches meeting, and we connected briefly, and then when he got back from the national championship, we got a chance to really get on the phone Tuesday night for, I don't know, hour and a half, couple hours, whatever it was, and then into Wednesday, and next thing you know, here we go. So great fit for us. I think that he is, one of the bright offensive minds in the game. I think he's a great fit for Clemson. He's a great fit for me. He's a great fit for our personnel. Philosophy-wise, we really match up. I mean, people sometimes he gets labeled as air raid because that's kind of his background, but if you study him, they've run the football. Sometimes when you think about air raid, you think about not running the ball, and they had 1,400+ yard rusher last year, and they've done a great job in running the ball. But I have no doubt he's gonna make us better offensively, and I think we can help him, grow and continue to mature and get better as well as he navigates his career. So it's a great fit and a great opportunity, and again, great timing to bring him on board. And with that, we'll open it up, and I don't know if Garrett wants to have an opening comment here, and then we'll take some questions from you guys.
Coach, would you like to go straight to questions?
Yeah, we just go straight to it.
There you go.
And if you all can identify your name and affiliation prior to asking the question, so if Coach Riley can begin to form a relationship with you all, that'd be great. Anybody like to lead us off?
Thank you, Coach. This is David Hudd. I work with TigerNet here at Clemson. How much were you aware of the Clemson program before Coach Swinney contacted you about this? I'm sure you'd followed them. But then when this opportunity came along, what went through your mind?
Yeah, did not have a ton of background or a whole lot of knowledge of Clemson and just kind of how Coach Swinney operates. I mean, tried to investigate a little bit as much as I could with people that I know Coach a lot better than I do, and so that was important. Just as all this unfolded, to try and gauge that a little bit. But it's just been man, it's been awesome since we started. I mean, we hit the ground running, like you said, recruiting and getting to travel with the other coaches and getting to know them. I didn't know any of these guys. Had heard of a lot of these assistants here at Clemson, but it's been awesome to really actually get around them. So yeah, I didn't know a ton about it coming into it other than just following kind of his path and his career and what he's done here. So that's been very, very neat for me to kind of just see that, not coming in blindly, but just coming in, not truly knowing until you get here.
Coach
Yeah.
Wright.
Garrett, Pete Yakubelli from the Associated Press here in South Carolina. Have you had time to even reflect on what last year was? Because watching it from afar, it seemed like such an incredible experience to do what TCU was able to do.
It's been hard to, on some of these plane rides, I guess, I've had a little chance to sit there and reflect, but yeah, it's been such a whirlwind for us, for TCU, for my family, individually. So I haven't had a ton of time. I know that will come. It was a great run. It was a great ride. It was one of the funnest years I've ever had as a coach. Was able to be around just a lot of great players and great people, and here at Clemson, that was part of the draw too, is to be around just unbelievable people. But no, haven't had a ton of time just to sit back and reflect on it too much.
Coach Riley, Trevor Groves from CUTigers.com. Welcome. I guess Coach Swinney just mentioned coming from the air raid system. You played under Coach Leach. I'm sure you're still dealing with the loss of him, but just how much of an influence did he have on you and your decision to become a coach, and what did you learn from him? And also, your brother coached while you played there at Texas Tech, and then you followed him to East Carolina. How much of a mold did he have on you, and how have you kind of tried to put your own stamp on your offense compared to your brother's?
Yeah, I guess the first part of your question is Coach Leach is probably the whole reason why I wanted to coach. I was very lucky to be at Texas Tech at that point in time. Said it before, it was just a period of time where he was very cutting edge with what they were doing and kind of the run they went on at Texas Tech. But I think just more than anything, the way that he was an out-of-the-box thinker and did things his way, was very appealing to me to kind of see a different style, I guess, a little bit different than the norm. And that's what piqued my interest there as a college student, as a young quarterback. But yeah, his impact is, as we all know, is certainly touched the game in a lot of ways. And then moving along to your second part of the question with Leakin, yeah, all these stops. Every stop I've been on, you try and take away pieces from those experiences, right? And I certainly did in the 2 years that I was with him at East Carolina, where we were there together and did some nice things under Coach McNeil, who's been a huge mentor for me. So yeah, specifically with him, of course, I've taken some pieces away from that experience, but I certainly have from all the other coaches that I've been around too.
Garrett, Larry Williams with TigerIllustrated.com. Can you elaborate on the running game and sort of the evolution of that and what Dabo was saying? It's not your sort of the air raid that Coach Leach brought in and sort of the foundation of that and the evolution of it and from your perspective, the importance you place on not just the conventional running game, but also the quarterback's legs and making that a threat as well.
Yeah, sure. I guess when we went to East Carolina, that's just what we kind of started to develop, and that's, as a young coach, I was a GA, was exposed to that and kind of what we were trying to accomplish there, and we just knew you better run the football if you really want to win championships, and if you really want to contend for them consistently, you better have the ability to do it. And so started to kind of develop that part of our offense at East Carolina. And, I think for me professionally, a huge year in my coaching career so far had been at App State, a place that is known for running the ball and was a totally different background than mine. And that was great for me professionally to be around those guys that had done it so well for so long now. And we've certainly been able to apply that to my philosophy and our philosophy from the run game standpoint. So, yeah, you look at us at TCU, a year ago, that was something we did pretty well and was certainly a huge reason of why we had some success there offensively.
Well, Fox, Carolina. Hi, Garrett. You probably, I'm assuming, had a couple of options. You obviously award-winning performance as a coordinator at TCU. making it to the national championship. Why Clemson? You said it wasn't like a program you were aspiring to, that you had, worshipped Dabo in any way previously. Well, what was it? I mean that in the kindest way, Dabo. What was it? Why Clemson? What attracted you and made this the spot to take you from, staying at UCU, let alone going anywhere else?
Right. I just think the simple answer is just kind of the total package of what could get me away, listen, I was very happy there. We had just gotten there. It was year one, unbelievable ride, unbelievable season. My family, my wife's family is all from Texas, just all these connections, people we had worked with, loved our colleagues there, loved our players. But it had to be something special like this, and I think it's, it's the consistency here, it's the stability, it's the balance of life and enjoying it and being happy and being in a small community like this that is very tight-knit, and then plays the caliber of football that we expect Clemson to be playing. So I think just it had to be something that was going to check the box there in all areas. People that know me know, I'm a very thoughtful person, and, I'm going to think through things, hopefully from all angles. So, yeah, I mean, the more and more we kind of learned about it, and the more we talked, and the more this just made sense.
You have any words with Clemson, all Clemson